Do you realize that your happiness is your job? And when you feel that someone outside of you is responsible for how you feel, you're actually giving your power away. And so that's what I want to talk about today on this video. And I also invite you to stick around till the end, because I'm going to do an energy clearing process to assist you in releasing the energy you've taken on for others and calling back your own energy so you can feel whole and complete within yourself. So stick around for that. My name is Linda Armstrong, and what I do is I help people to bring more light to their life. I'm a spiritual awakening coach and an energy healer, and on my channel here I like to talk about all things to do with spiritual awakening, transformation, working with energy to shift yourself into that high vibration of love so that you can actually manifest all that you want in your life. And my website is called Love My Life, and this is what I'm all about. Working with this energy of love, healing what holds you back, and just navigating this beautiful spiritual awakening that you're on. So the inner reflects the outer. Now you may have heard this before, right? I mean, anyone who is in the healing world or is spiritually awakening and uncovering what this is all about will eventually come across this truth. In my mind, is a truth that everything is a mirror. Okay, so what's going on internally within you will show up in your life outside of you. Okay, so that's a law of attraction thing, right? The vibration that you hold, the energy you send out will reflect back to you with your experience, right? So what you're sending out is always coming back in. So when things come up, like say it's a misunderstanding or an argument or just something going on that's really pulling you down, right, and making you feel unhappy, the concept I want you to try to get is, with this whole thing with happiness is an inside job. It truly is. So what's happening in your outer reality is really just reflecting back to you what's going on within you. And a lot of times people just don't get that. I mean, I know when I was sharing this with my husband when I was first learning about it some years ago, and I'm telling him the outside reflects the inside, he's like, no, I'm not buying that, right? He goes, some guy cuts me off on the freeway, and I think he's an asshole, but I'm not an asshole. I'm always considerate to other drivers, so there's no way that that's the outer reflecting the inner. So yeah, good point, right? But it doesn't mean it's that exact thing that it's reflecting back to you that you do. No, he doesn't cut people off. But there's probably something somewhere, whether it's in this existence now in this life or maybe some other one, where this quality of maybe being inconsiderate or something has shown up for you, right? So it doesn't mean, or maybe there's some area in your life where you've actually done that, but you didn't really consider it because you were in no way putting yourself on the other side to realize that what you just did was in that manner. Because sometimes it'll just happen because there are qualities within us that we're not always totally conscious of. Okay, so that's kind of a weird example. I can give you another example with one of my own examples. And it had to do with this woman that I'm friends with. Well, there were qualities within her that, I didn't appreciate. Okay? So I'm very strong, right? And I consider her to be weak. In my mind, I saw her as weak, and she, on the other side, my strength that I was putting out to her would freak her out, where she actually told me she felt afraid of me. I'm like, oh my God, how could anybody be afraid of me, But there was this energy there because I actually, since I've been on this whole journey, I've kind of balanced my male-female energy, but I used to be a lot more male energy. I do karate. And so like this would show up maybe in those situations. So anyway, we were reflecting back to each other. And there was another part of that too, in that I would never, ever brag about myself. I just wouldn't allow myself. So much to the point that someone complimenting me, I would like brush it off. Like I wouldn't soak it in and take it. There was something running in my system, my program, that it was wrong to put you to do that, right? But it just depends on how you do it, right? So, but she, on the other hand, would always brag about how great she is. And I didn't see those great qualities that she bragged about. Okay, so we had this thing going back and forth. And let me tell you, we bumped heads big time. And it wasn't until this big blowout that we each said a few things that made the other one think. You know, like, I didn't realize how strong I came off to her and how it made her feel a little fearful of me. Not like I was going to hurt her physically, but she just couldn't approach my energy. It was too strong for her. So what I realized for myself was, number one, this thing about not being able to accept compliments, right? Not being able to acknowledge my skills and talents. You know, it's not a wrong thing to acknowledge your skills and talents. You can do it in a way that is not off-putting to other people. So I couldn't have that on her end. And yeah, I'm remembering now. The other part of it was I would not allow myself to ever show any weakness. So here I would see this weakness reflected to me, but still it's within me. There is that within me. But I in my own programming would not ever allow that weakness to come forward. No, I had to be strong all the time. All right, so I had a lot of energy clearing to do with myself. I mean, I've done a lot of work on myself over the years, and I've balanced that energy, right? I can accept compliments now. I mean, really, how can you receive from the universe these desires and these things that you want to bring into your life? How can you receive them if you can't even receive a compliment? You know, this stuff runs pretty deep. So this mirroring thing, it's very real, and I invite you to take a look at it. The next time you're in a situation where you feel someone's really set you off and you're miserable and you're unhappy and you resent them and you can't believe they would be like that, take a moment to sit back and think, okay, so what is it that's really getting me about this? You know, like, where is what they're doing? Where does it reflect on me? Like, how have I done that in the past? In some way, and you'll find it. You know, when I start working with people on this thing, at first they're really kind of ridging against it, like how my husband was, you know, and but then they come to see, you know, because I'll I do muscle testing and different things, and I connect with their energy, and I'll pick up on stuff that's happened to them intuitively, and I can bring it forward, and then they'll be like, oh, I forgot about that. No, I never even thought of it that way. All I could see was that they did this to me, or blah, 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 blah. So it's just a really important thing. And I hope I'm not running on too much about how to explain this to you, because it's kind of not that easy to explain. But when you could, so let's put it this way. In anything that is really bringing you down, try to look for the gift within it. And I've talked about that before in other videos. There's always something to learn from it. So what is it mirroring? What is it showing you that would be good for you to take a look at, so that you can clear it and be gone? Let it be gone. You know, that's what I'm all about. I want to just help people clear the things that are blocking them and holding them back. And so you just got to bring them to the light. So if someone in your experience is doing something that, you know, really hits you in a way, you want to look at it and say, okay, what's this teaching me? Where am I doing that type of thing in my life, either to myself or to others in some way? And let me tell you, it's very healing. So, you know, your happiness is an inside job. And so getting to that other point about how giving your power away. So when you want to put the energy off on the people around you, you know, and make it be their responsibility for how you feel, you are giving your energy to it. You're giving your energy to them, to that thing. it's like it's pulling parts of you out, like, so we have energy ties and cords to all kinds of experience in our life, and there's some that support us and there's some that do not. This would be the kind of an energy cord or an energy tie to an experience that is not supporting you, right? So that's giving your power away. It's depleting yourself. It's pulling at those heartstrings, right? It's taking from you. So you don't want to do that. You want to own your power to look within and to see what is needed to be looked at in order to grow and expand into this amazing, beautiful person that you are, because you are pure love. We all are. That's our true nature. So all of this other stuff just pulls us away from that love, right? So that's where you're giving your power away, because you're not able then to stay in and find that love within you. And let me tell you something else. Another thing that I'll have people do that I work with, especially when there are things going on with other people and they can't see how they could ever get their point across to them, what I recommend is just to send them love. Love is the energy that heals all things. And I do this in my life all the time. And I actually have a really big thing going on right now. And nothing I physically tried to do is helping this situation. So I've decided, okay, I'm surrendering it to spirit, and I'm just going to sit in the love, hold love for them, hold love for that situation, and just transmit it. Because energy moves in an instant, So you just decide to send the love and it's there. So by sending the love, again, there's that mirror. So if you can send love out, then love can come back in. It's a giving and a receiving. You want to be open to receive. You don't want to cut yourself off, which is why I don't want you to give your power away, because it's kind of like pulling bits of you out and really depleting your power. You're a very powerful being, and your truest power is this energy of love to work with in your life, to create, an amazing life. So, another part of this too, I'll just want to finish up with, is always coming back to your center, right? To connecting to your truth, the truth that you are love, to feeling that. So you can just feel yourself come back into your heart space, and just, even if you have to imagine what that feeling of love is like, just to bring it in, So, because your imagination will take you there, right? So you can pretend to feel love, and you'll start feeling it, right? So keep pretending, fake it till you make it. It works. Okay, so I think that's about all I really want to talk about today with that. And so I want to do that process that I promised you. So what I would invite you to do right now is to just take a beautiful deep breath in and then letting it out. And I like to always open with like 3 slow, easy breaths. So I want you to just breathe in, nice, deep and slow, and out. And this time breathe in to say the count of 6, nice and slow. And then hold it at the top for 6. And then just let it all the way out, gently and easy, 6 seconds out. All right, so you start to feel your body relaxing just with your breath. I mean, no matter what's going on around you, if you have a situation that's pulling you out of that center, pulling you out of your space, just connect with your breath. It will bring you right back to you. So with this slow, deep breathing, just finding your way with the breath. I want you to even imagine this beautiful light above your head. This spiritual sun is just sending love and light down into the top of your head and just pulling it down through your whole body, feeling this energy as it goes past all of your chakras, just balancing you, harmonizing you. You can even imagine that earth energy coming up through your feet, really grounding you in while you travel out with this light. feeling that earth energy coming up and just kind of, dancing with the light energy from the heavens. So it's just like bringing the heaven and the earth energy together and really feeling your body in a good place, nice and relaxed. And so now at this point, what I want you to do is just imagine that any energy that you've taken on from others, you're just sending it back. Just like use your imagination, feel yourself just sending this energy back. It's not serving you. You don't need it. You're no longer going to hold on to it. Just letting it go. Feeling yourself freeing up from all this energy you've been holding from circumstances, situations, people within the past days, weeks, months, years, just letting it go. And now what I'd like you to do is just imagine, actually you could even imagine that you have like a little magnet right there in your third eye, and it's calling back your own energy that you've scattered out and about. You're just calling it back to yourself. So just feel this energy, your energy, coming back in, coming into your whole system, feeling yourself just filling up with your beautiful light, with the love of who you are. And now I'd like you to imagine, now that you've cleared out the other energies and you've called back your own energy, just imagine now that that beautiful light from the spiritual sun is coming down to the top of your head. And this time it's just filling up as if there's like a pole that's going up and down your spine. And this pole, it's like this pole, you're just filling it up with this light. This beautiful light filling up this pole. So much light is coming in that it starts to emanate out past this pole and going into every single cell of your body in the highest and best way for you, just filling up your body, going into the very DNA of every single cell, this beautiful light and love of the universe. And so just feel yourself having now this beautiful cocoon of light all around you. And just sitting with that light, feeling this soft buzz all around you as your energy has just expanded into this beautiful energy, this high vibration of love. And so you can just sit with that energy if you like. And I would just like to remind you to always come back within. Find your happiness for yourself. Do things that light you up to start bringing that energy in. Sort of like what we just did, we're just bringing that beautiful energy of you back to you. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. And I do have another meditation. It'll be in the description where you can work with a subpersonality part of you to reprogram it so that it can assist you in your life. It's really great. A lot of healing happens in this meditation. You work with the master. And if you're enjoying this soft energy you're feeling right now, well, that meditation takes it even deeper, and I'm sure you'll love it. But anyway, I just want to say goodbye for now, and I would just love you to subscribe, share, like my videos, and leave me comments. Let me know how you felt with this little mini energy clearing that we just did. I wish you lots of love. Peace.